We're jumping straight into SES AI today. Everyone is watching the price action, but the real story is its pivot toward high-margin AI-driven battery materials and SaaS offerings via its molecular universe platform.
Exactly. You're tuned into the Easy Money Show, where we make sense of the market's biggest moves. I'm glad you're with us.
And before we get going, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. We want to keep helping you navigate and simplify these really volatile market moves, so your support means everything.
Definitely.
Because looking at the charts, it's March 2026, and the volatility on this one is just staggering. I mean, we saw that massive 30% plunge right on March 5th.
It was violent. Our mission today is to look past the panic of that 30% drop and figure out what is actually going on under the hood of SES AI.
Right, because the trading volume that day was absolute chaos. 16 million shares changing hands.
Which completely dwarfs their normal activity.
Yeah, totally dwarfs it. And you had this crazy intraday range of $1.59 to $1.74.
A lot of retail and institutional traders are staring at that ticker tape, wondering if they're looking at capitulation.
Right, a classic falling knife or the ultimate bottom.
Hmm.
But let's break that down even further, because to understand the chart, you have to understand the fundamental shift happening inside the company.
Yeah, the revenue story is wild.
It really is. The data shows their trailing 12-month revenue is sitting at $18.48 million, which, okay, fine. But the kicker is Q3 2025.
Right.
Their revenue surged over 10 times year over year. You do not see a 10x jump just by speeding up a traditional assembly line.
No, you really don't. And that explains exactly why this matters. SES AI isn't just a traditional hardware manufacturer anymore.
They're pivoting.
Exactly. They are utilizing an asset-light software as a service model.
So SaaS for battery.
SaaS for batteries, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just bending metal and pouring chemicals, they're moving toward enterprise software subscriptions.
Which explains those margins.
Yeah, an impressive 65.4% gross margin.
That's Silicon Valley software territory right there. Legacy auto parts suppliers are doing backflips if they hit double digits.
Exactly. And for you listening, these software-like margins mean the company is targeting break-even at around $32 million in annual revenue.
That's practically nothing compared to traditional battery giants.
Right. They don't need to sell billions in physical car batteries to stop bleeding cash. It positions them for potential profitability this year in 2026.
Okay, so the financials look like a software company, but how does the tech actually justify it? Because their competitive moat centers on this molecular universe AI platform.
Which sounds like sci-fi, I know.
It totally does.
Yeah.
But the best way to think about it for you listening, imagine a hyperspeed search engine, but instead of finding websites, it discovers entirely new AI-generated electrolytes for batteries.
That's a great analogy. It digitizes the old, slow, trial-and-error physical lab tests.
And it accelerates research and development by 10 times. A 10x speed boost.
Which is massive for an original equipment manufacturer. If an automaker integrates that into their R&D pipeline, the switching costs become astronomical.
Sticky revenue.
Highly sticky. If they pull that AI out of their systems, their innovation slows down while competitors pull ahead.
And it's not just commercial autos either. Their battery cells are NDAA compliant.
National Defense Authorization Act.
Right. Meaning their supply chain is secure from hostile foreign adversaries, opening the door for really lucrative U.S. defense contracts.
Which brings us to their financial health, because you need cash to survive long enough to land those government contracts.
And they have it.
They do. They have an absolute fortress balance sheet. Their current ratio is 8.2.
So they have over $8 in cash for every dollar of short-term debt.
Exactly. And a microscopic debt-to-equity ratio of 0.04.
Basically zero.
Yeah. With a $362 million enterprise value, they have the cash to reinvest aggressively in R&D without diluting shareholders every quarter.
And they are using that cash for some major global growth initiatives.
They are. The UZ Energy acquisition was huge for getting into energy storage.
Plus, they have those manufacturing footprints in South Korea and Malaysia.
Creating a resilient supply chain, yeah. And the Europe Green Energy Partnership. They're planting flags everywhere. But looking at the flip side...
We have to talk about why the stock fell 30%. We can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Right. The catalyst for the plunge comes down to their mixed Q4 2025 results.
And the guidance, right?
Yes. The 2026 revenue guidance came in below Wall Street's estimates.
And that's the execution risk in a nutshell.
Exactly.
The pivot to SaaS and enterprise subscriptions Sounds amazing on an earnings call,
Hmm.
but SES AI has to actually prove they can get these massive industrial conglomerates to sign the contracts and hit those targets.
It's all about proving the recurring cash flow is real, and it highlights the ongoing profitability hurdle.
Because the losses are still hefty.
Very. They still have a net income of negative $90.5 million.
That's an EPS of negative 27 cents.
Right. So while the balance sheet is safe for now, they are still heavily spending on R&D to hit their technological goals.
Like that 500 watt-hour per kilogram battery by late 2025.
Which is the holy grail for Li-metal batteries. It would basically double EV range without adding weight.
But developing physics-defying tech burns a lot of capital.
It does. And the market is currently valuing them at a $627 million market cap.
Which is way higher than their $362 million enterprise value.
Exactly. Meaning a lot of that future success, the perfection of the SaaS pivot, is already priced into the stock.
So the second that 2026 guidance came in light,
Institutional buyers hit the eject button.
so for you listening, if you're watching this stock over the next 30 to 60 days, what are the actual triggers you need to look out for?
Well, right now we're in the middle of the March 2026 investor conferences.
Which are going to provide some highly anticipated updates on their Li-metal technology.
Yes, and there's chatter about potential product reveals on their Avatar platform.
Any hard data there could shift sentiment quickly. But the real moment of truth has to be the Q1 2026 earnings, right? Those are expected in mid-May.
That is the single most important event.
And the key metric for you to watch in that report is whether the SaaS revenue ramp is actually happening.
It has to offset that weak previous guidance. The narrative has to transition into hard numbers.
And we also have to look at the macro trends moving the broader market.
Zooming out to the bigger picture, we are seeing a massive EV sector rotation right now.
Driven by those interest rate cuts.
Exactly. Lower rates make it cheaper to finance a new EV, which is bringing capital aggressively back into the sector.
But the really explosive macro trend is the demand for energy storage systems, or ESS.
The boom there is just unprecedented.
Because of data centers and AI infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
They require so much power.
Astronomical amounts of power. And that massive infrastructure build-out perfectly aligns with SES AI's tech, especially after they acquired UZ Energy.
It really puts them right in the crosshairs of a massive industry shift. So here's the lowdown.
Let's hear it.
SES AI is essentially a high beta, high volatility play right now. We are watching a company attempting a high wire transition from cash-burning R&D to high-margin IP licensing.
And the market is demanding flawless execution.
Exactly. So I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to mull over as you watch this play out.
Okay.
If SES AI successfully licenses its AI-discovered battery chemistries for recurring software revenue, rather than taking on the risk of manufacturing physical cells themselves, could this saucification of physical science become the new blueprint for the entire clean energy sector?
Just renting out molecular blueprints to the highest bidder.
Exactly. It flips the whole industrial model on its head. Keep a close eye on those May earnings to see if the reality matches that blueprint. Stay curious, hit that subscribe button, and tune in next time as we continue to decode the market on the Easy Money Show.